Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about the results from UFC 321, Aspinall versus Gane. The main event just became a no contest because Cyril Gane poked this man in the eye with 2 fingers. We'll talk about all the fights. Remember that. I'm here to talk about the fights, give my instant reaction so we can go back, look at this instant reactions, and help it apply it to the next prediction we make on the fighters. Let me pull up the fight card. Tonight was not a great night, or today, if you will. Today was not a great day. Went 6-6 on the entire fight card. Money line, that's not good, especially missing 2 locks to start the fight card. We'll talk about it in depth. Shout out to me for hitting the Nathaniel Wood money line. That makes me feel warm in my heart, but the rest of it, trash. Love the fact that we hit Nurmagomedov by points. That matters to me as well. But we'll break down all the fighters, where I got it right, where I got it wrong. Just a reminder, on the season, locks are sitting at 72.8%. We're 91-34. And we're doing pretty decent everywhere else. I want to talk about the props for a second here. These props, when I tell you a guy's going to win by sub or by points or the Samoran by sub or points, anytime I mention a prop or a method, we are right more than we are wrong, like by a significant margin. 62% in props here. That's anytime it's black text, and we had black text going again. So just remember that, MVPs, when we approach the fights for what they are. All right, but let's go talk about these fighters. We'll start in the early prelim. First fight of the night, Jacqueline Amorim versus Mizuki. This was a lock for me. I thought Amorim's going to come out here, school this girl. We haven't seen Mizuki in 2 years. Last time we did see her, she didn't look good. And then she comes out. She was in great shape. She punched hard. She strikes hard. She's a kickboxer. I thought she had defensive grappling really well. I could watch this fight and see her doing exactly what her coaches told her to do. And that's pretty important. I want us to pay attention. The next time she fights, if it's in the Apex, she's going to clearly hear her coaches. If it's on the early prelim, the first fight of the night, there's no crowd there. She can clearly hear her coaches, and she follows and does what they say. She's not a bad athlete. She strikes really well. She punches hard. She was in shape. She never got tired for 3 rounds. It's not hard to get tired when you're on top. But even then, she was even dominant on ground, had control time, which we didn't see coming at all. And she struck, and she punched hard. I think she's a good fighter. And that's my fault and bad read. I think the world had a bad read. You think I had a bad read? How about fucking Vegas putting her minus 525? I'm talking about Amorim here. Jacqueline Amorim, every time we see her, she's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. She has an amazing skill set, better than everybody. You know what she is? She's a glorified jiu-jitsu nerd. She got no ability to strike. It's fake. I don't want to see her shadow boxing. I don't want to hear about her in the gym punching or anything. Mackenzie Dern is an amazing practitioner of jiu-jitsu who learned how to strike. And it took her 5 years of just striking every single day in the gym to finally look like a striker. Jacqueline Amorim, absolutely gross. Her wrestling, worthless. Her cardio, even worse. ABC, this girl's got none. She's very slick. Vegas is going to make you pay for her every single time you try to fade her. You're going to be in trouble. But I'm telling you, I can't believe in that girl because she's not a real MMA fighter. I'd love to see who they pair up with next. I'd imagine they're going to try to give her a win. I don't like girls built like this. I don't like girls built with no curves, bruh. They're fucking annoying to look at. How about that? She pissed me off. Started off the night wrong. And then the next fight, Mitch Raposo, Azit Maxim. Azit Maxim missed weight. Please pay attention to weigh-ins. I make the videos before the weigh-ins. I can't wait till Friday to create the video for you. I got to do it before the weigh-ins. If you're an MVP and you care, watch the videos, then go watch the weigh-ins. If you want to come on the Discord stage, shout out to those MVPs. They came on here. They went to the UFC channel, and instead of just showing the weigh-in with Mackenzie Dern on the weigh-in, we also had Markley in here, and he said, never trust a fighter who misses weight. And one of those guys was Azat Maxim. The other one was Jose. We'll talk about that. Jose Delgado also missed weight. Both guys who missed weight, he says they're not part of it. And then I responded with, I'm off Azat personally. Okay? This was an hour before the fights. An hour before the fights, we're talking about who missed weight and who didn't. Please make sure. Same thing with injury reports on the UFC stuff. We all have it on the Discord server. But Azat Maxim, this guy is the fakest cab driver in the world. And I say he's a cab driver because that's the only people he's beating up. I think he went to work in whatever country he's from, Kazakhstan. I think he went to work and beat up everybody at work. And they said, whoa, this guy's got 15 wins now. He beat up 15 dudes at work. And then they said that guy's one of the best fighters in the world. Get him to UFC because he ain't beating anybody in the UFC. He's a wrestler. Can't really strike. Can't really wrestle, if you ask me. I didn't see no wrestling out of that motherfucker. 5 minutes of control time, 0 damage. He doesn't implement his will anywhere. These are wrestlers who don't know how to strike. But to me, he's a can crusher if he beat 15 guys because he couldn't beat 15 guys I know. I could literally point out 15 dudes right now that could beat this dude's ass. He ain't coming out undefeated. He sucks. Absolutely sucks. You're so huge. You have a reach advantage. You have all this stuff, and you're losing this fight 30-26. 30-26 because he lost the point. He's ridiculous. Don't like this guy at all. 7 for 19 on takedowns. You shot 19 takedowns? Are you out of your fucking mind? 19 takedowns and landed. You almost shot more takedowns than throws. Like, you landed 30 strikes. 19 significant strikes, 19 takedown attempts. That's what this guy did in the fight. He's a fucking pacifist, bro. Ridiculous. Mitch Raposo. There's no way I could have picked Mitch to win this fight. I want to make that very clear. Because going into the fight, I had to watch Mitch Raposo tape. And when you watch Mitch Raposo tape, it's gross. His last fight, he landed 15 strikes the whole damn time. Maybe 8 significant strikes. It was a terrible fight. He's still low volume, but at least in this fight, he came out with the intent to throw blows. From the minute it started, he came out and threw a nice crisp 1-2. That's a jab and a cross. He threw a jab cross, and I went, whoa, what was that? That's not Mitch Raposo. Got an imposter. It's Halloween. This motherfucker dressed up as a UFC fighter. And he was wearing the hell out of that costume because he came out to scrap. I've never seen him do that. If he's going to fight like that, it's okay. He's going to win this fight for sure. But he's still very limited as an athlete. He's still very limited with the ability to knock people out and do things. I think he was put in this fight to be a sacrificial lamb. I think the UFC gave him this matchup in the UAE so they could see more fans from Kazakhstan. It backfired on them, but I think they wanted Mitch Raposo to come out and just lose another fight and get cut from the UFC, and here we find him to win. Vegas is not going to believe in him. If he fights like this where he is first, he looked like a more aggressive fighter, but he's still a walk-on, bro. He's still Charlie Offerdahl. Like, no matter how good you do, you're just a walk-on. You're not an exceptional athlete. You're not somebody I'm impressed with. So shout out to Mitch Raposo, way to win. We missed 2 locks in a row straight off, missing a 550 favorite and a 525 favorite back-to-back. Shout out to the UFC. That's how it gets done. Next fight, Hamdy against Chris Barnett. What are we doing? This was a sideshow. This was absolutely ridiculous. The moon was out in the middle of the day. Chris Barnett's ass was out. His shorts were off. His underwear was down. He showed his ass in the cage in more ways than one. Absolute disgusting fighter. These pictures are to scale. This is what he looks like in real life. He's that small. He's that obese. That man's going to die of something real fast. He's not going to be around in his 60s. I promise. Diabetes is fucking that man up more than Hamdy ever could. He's gross. Chris Barnett got another fight coming out. Will never take him in a million years. He has no chance to win a fight. 0. He doesn't throw hard enough. I think he's got the muscle mass of a 180-pound person. I'm not kidding. Everything else is blubber and fat. Underneath all that, this dude's bench pressing 145. 135, excuse me. Chris Barnett is terrible. I saw nothing from him. And then Hamdy, you want to talk about Hamdy? They keep making him expensive because he can wrestle, but that guy can't fight either. No cardio, couldn't finish this fight. You're fighting a dude with his pants on the ground, and you can't kick his ass, bro. Dude's got his ass out, probably smells awful, and you can't beat him because Hamdy's got no cardio. Yet again, the least impressive 170 significant strikes or 170 total strikes ever landed in my life. The least impressive 10 minutes of control time. The least impressive 9 takedowns. Hamdy Abdul-Wahad is going to have to fight another heavyweight someday. And if he fights any heavyweight worth a grain of salt, we're taking him. We can't take Chris Barnett. That's not real. But if he fights any of them other dudes on the verge of a prelim, like any of them other, man, we're taking him. Because I think his next fight should be Louis Sutherland. And I'm going to take Louis Sutherland. Gladly. Fucking full unit on whatever it is. I kid you not. Next fight, Nathaniel Wood, Jose Miguel Delgado. I told you guys this was a very competitive fight for me, probably the fight of the night. Both very skilled fighters. I didn't feel comfortable telling you to fade Jose Miguel Delgado. It didn't feel right. But I was doing it anyways because I had to trust my assessment of the fighters. And my assessment is Jose Miguel Delgado took too big of a jump. He moved way up in the rankings, fighting an experienced MMA fighter, a UFC professional, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I look at Nathaniel Wood. He's got the speed. He's got fight IQ, durability, toughness, all that shit. And he's in there. And then what happens? The fight starts. And Jose Miguel Delgado put that work on Nathaniel Wood in the first round. We're talking about a spinning back fist, flush, knocks you down, kicks everywhere, striking everywhere. He's piecing him up. He looked amazing. You can see he outstruck his opponent. And there might be some people on the internet telling you he was robbed. That's not the way it works. If you get to the judges, judges score these fights 1 round at a time. Total strikes doesn't matter. Control time doesn't matter. It is 1 round at a time. And as bad as you lose 1 round, you still got to win 1 more round. And in this particular fight, Jose Delgado did not win another round. Every judge agreed. Nathaniel Wood wins the second and third rounds. Nathaniel Wood is fast. He's durable. He's tough. He's crisp. He's game. What's the problem with Nathaniel Wood? He doesn't get knockouts. Doesn't get submissions. But he's good enough to be there and out-pressure you and outwork you. So Nathaniel Wood by points, if you're ever going to believe in him, it's got to be by points. It's got to be by points. And that's exactly what happened here. Nathaniel Wood won by points. Shout out to him as an underdog. Rico knows. Next fight. Put it out there. Told you guys, take Walter Walker by sub. Short notice fight. He was supposed to be fighting Usman or somebody else, and now he's fighting this dude. And Louis Sutherland in his debut, I thought in a very short period of time, in just a minute, what I saw from Louis Sutherland was good enough to be in the UFC. He defended a takedown really well. He struck. He was doing some striking pretty decently. Everything looked apart for Louis Sutherland. I thought he looked fine. What he did wrong was you don't get in a grappling match with this ankle biter, this motherfucking heel hooker, the foot hunter. You're going to get heel hooked again, and Walter Walker keeps winning by heel hook. I think this is stupid for Walter Walker, just so you guys know. Reaching for a heel hook will win you the fights, but you're giving up a dominant body position. You end up on your back, and in heavyweight, being on your back is a death sentence. So eventually, he's going to catch himself, just knock the hell out. I think every time you see Walter Walker fighting, you probably want to lean towards not going the distance. Most heavyweight fights don't go the distance. You might want to lean towards under rounds, because if he does get caught while chasing one of those heels, he's going to get knocked the hell out. That's a fact moving forward. He's super athletic, though. He's huge. He's 6'6". He's in shape. He has a plan and a method, and it looks like fight IQ. I think he's doing really well, especially at the heavyweight division. He's not taking any damage. All these fights, he has not been hit at all. So he's going to be fresh to fight again and again and again. And by that same token, Louis Sutherland is going to be fresh to fight again, because he didn't take a lot of damage either. It was just a heel hook. What I want you guys to remember is this. When they rematch these guys up and they fight in the future, I've studied this. The matchmakers pick somebody from your weight class that fought on either the card before you, the card you're on, or the card after you. And that's why it makes sense for Louis Sutherland to go down here and fight Hamdi Abdul-Wahad, because I don't think he's going to fight Chris Barnett. So Hamdi fighting Sutherland is real. Hamdi fighting Walter Walker is real, but I think Walter Walker's on his way up. Okay? So just something to think about. Shout out to Walter Walker. It's a one-trick pony. I don't like it. Moving on. Ludovic Klein, Mateus Rebecki. Rebecki needs to take a break. I told you Rebecki, I think I put live bet on it, and I said I'll take Rebecki if he can get a takedown. Pay attention, watch, see if he gets a takedown. Rebecki won that third round. I think he won it 10-8. That's why it was a 28-28 on one of the cards. He won that third round 10-8. He did. But he definitely lost the first 2 rounds, and he got rocked doing it. Rebecki has a lot of scar tissue. He's going to be bleeding. So every time you want to pick him, just know he's going to be bleeding. What's crazy about this is Rebecki doesn't lose a lot of fights. That's only the fourth loss in his entire life. He doesn't lose. He finds ways to win. He finds ways to win, but unfortunately for him, it was a little too late. Even winning a very dominant third round, blood everywhere and all this stuff. But Rebecki doesn't wear damage well, so he's going to lose the first 2 rounds just when a judge looks up. And these judges don't know fighting. They look up and go, oh, my name's Tony Weeks. What is that? Hey, man, you won. You lost. They don't know. So Ludovic Klein on the other side, I told you guys he looked like GSP. He's in great shape. He looked very, very explosive. His strikes are landing with everything. But yet again, even though he's a tremendous striker and even though he's known as a kickboxer and he had a dude wounded, Ludovic Klein's knocking no one out since he got to the UFC. He looks the part, but he's not finishing by knockout. And I think as we keep going forward and he keeps winning, he's going to be fighting more and more fighters who are more durable, better fighters, more competitive. I think Ludovic Klein over rounds is something you need to be leaning towards moving forward. It really does. He just fights. At some point, he gets tired. Those punches don't land as hard anymore, and he doesn't quite know how to blitz somebody and finish it. And he's going to be fighting dogs from here forward. So, not a big Ludovic Klein guy. I am not personally. He did look sharp. One of the MVPs said, hey, this is free money. Ludovic Klein was free until the third round started. Then he wasn't free anymore. It's the reality of the situation. Next fight, Ikram against Young Park. It sucks, man. Park loses 30-27. It was closer than the score, but it doesn't matter. Park couldn't stop the takedowns from Ikram. Ikram is very, very suspect when it comes to cardio. I saw it again. Depleted, didn't quite have it, but if you're going to get those takedowns, you're going to win the fight. So we got to look at somebody who has a wrestling ability to stop the takedowns, maybe push him to go to the deep end. If you don't have that, you also need a durability from a chin. So you're running into a lot of situations here. One thing I do want to say is you're going to see Ikram a minus 200, 300, 400 in every fight he's in, because Vegas is going to make you pay for a Dagestani wrestler who has the ability to knock people out. They're gonna make you pay for this, and I'm probably going to fade him every single time because whoever he's fighting has a viable chance to beat him. It's going to be a while before we win it. So you can either skip it or tail it. You figure it the fuck out, but that's where I'm at on this. I just don't believe in Ikram as a fighter. Everything I see from him doesn't make me think he's a very good fighter at all. Shout out to Park. He's durable. He's just not exceptional. And they're going to keep giving him these fights, almost like the Neil Magny thing, where you're fighting fighters that you're almost a gatekeeper. It's not good. Speaking of gatekeeper, how about the Grim Reaper? How about putting a man to sleep and lining him up in chalk? Nazareth Hackbrass versus Quinion Salkid. I told you Salkid's taking this fight on short notice. He had to fly across the country. He's supposed to go in there and lose to a dude from Morocco. This is what happens. They put him out there. He's a glorified jiu-jitsu nerd. He does try to strike a little bit, use his long-range weapons, can maintain his distance and all that, but it's nothing too special. It's just, it is what it is, and then what happens? One of those freak highlight reel knockouts that goes on your reel for the rest of your career. Every time we see a Salkid fight, they're going to show a little montage of everything he's done in the UFC, and one of those clips is going to be this knockout. It was a head kick knockout, one of the cleanest ones you'll see. One strike, didn't have to follow anything up. That man was sleeping and convulsing. Hackbrass is a slick counter striker. He's a slick boxer. He's just fine, and it don't fucking matter. One thing I noticed with Hackbrass in this fight, he was able to defend those takedowns. Able to defend the takedowns. They were absurd takedowns, by the way. Salkid was shooting from across the damn octagon. They were terrible, sloppy. He was able to defend all the takedowns. Did not matter. Sometimes it's just not your day. Like it wasn't my day today. Sometimes it's just not your day. Salkid went out there and knocked him the hell out. One strike. Looked clean doing it. And he looked like a striker all of a sudden. But no, don't forget his skill set. He's an advanced wrestler, great grappler, and apparently he has that ability to knock you out if you're fucking around. And Fafo, right? Fafo. Fuck around, find out. Let's go to the main card. Main card, Alexander Rakic versus Azamat Mirzakhanov or whatever. They were telling me the odds were even. I told you I'll just take Azamat. He's undefeated. I'm looking at Rakic. He hasn't won in 5 years. He was ranked 7th in the world. I didn't even realize he was ranked. I don't look at rankings when I make my predictions in my assessments of the fighters. I just know Rakic is always fighting the best fighters. And he looks like a professional athlete. He looks like a guy who takes it serious. He's sleeping right now. He got knocked out by a jab, bro. A jab. I told you Azamat is a slick boxer. He's a little more athletic than you think. He looks like a fat little pudgy dude. He don't look like much. But he got it done. And he got it done pretty quick. Only landed 4 strikes. And one of them was a killer jab. Rakic, probably, when I see guys like this on a downward spiral like this, it doesn't stop. No matter what shape you're in, you just need to go do some fitness modeling or something because you're not a fighter anymore. The chin is gone. You're withered. You haven't won in half a decade. How are you going to win? You got to stop fighting undefeated fighters and championship fighters. Stop fighting all the ranked fighters. You got to go down to early prelims. But this guy, they don't want to do that. They want to keep him on the main card, keep him fighting these prospects or undefeated fighters. Like, fine. You want to fight? He's fought 3 former champs and an undefeated guy. That's cool, man. You're going to be another notch on the belt. Shout out to Wedding Crashers. Alexander Volkov against Yelton Almeida. Robbery? Absolute robbery here. Volkov wins. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. It's the heavyweight division. You get to the bell, and it's just going to happen. What I will say is this: they judged it a certain way. I don't agree. There's just no way Volkov won that third round at all, and he won it on 2 cards. It's fucking wild to me. Did Volkov land more strikes? Yes, he did. He was more active. I thought he did well on his back. I saw a really good jiu-jitsu game. I thought he did well. This was a little disappointing from my perspective because I know what I analyzed. I know I was right. Jailton Almeida is going to get a takedown, dominate the fight with takedowns, stay in a dominant body position. The only thing that Jailton Almeida forgot to do was punch. He didn't do any striking whatsoever. 7 takedowns, though. 7 takedowns, 10 minutes of control time. Thoroughly winning that third round. And the judges say, nah, we're not giving it to you, bro. We're going to go give it to the other guy. That's just fucking wild. That's pretty wild. I'm not mad about it. It happens in the UFC. Sometimes we rob people. Sometimes we get robbed. It's what happens. So Volkov finally wins. He got robbed last time he was in the cage against Cyril Gane. But he wins this one, and I'm sure he's happy about it. Almeida, what do you do? Who do you fight next, Almeida? And this is where you go. Is Almeida going to fight Walter Walker next? Are we going to see some heel hookers in there? Because then Walter Walker can't heel hook, not Almeida. No. So then we got to figure that out. Those are the types of fights we're going to see, though. Next fight, we knew this was happening. Mario Batista is durable. Mario Batista is good. He's athletic. He fights fundamentally right. You just can't overcome somebody who's better than you. You just can't do it. As a kid, I always used to arm wrestle my twin brother. There was nothing he could do to beat me. Just couldn't do it. You're not beating me. I'm just stronger than you. You're just going to keep losing. We could do it over and over again. I'm going to win 100% out of 100 times. Like, that's Umar Nurmagomedov. He's going to win this fight every time. He's 19-1 for a reason. He's only lost to Merab. He wrestles great. He knows how to strike. He's got the right cardio to stay in this fight. I thought he did well. Do I think he's better than Merab? Not necessarily. But the odds are absurd. Like, Mario Batista lost this 30-27, but he was not outclassed the whole time. He was in the fight. He could strike. He could do things. Mario Batista could scrap. Vegas disrespects Mario Batista. Remember, he was a huge underdog against Patchy Mix as well. They really disrespect this Mario Batista guy, and I think he's a hell of a fighter. I do. I think he fights well, high IQ, high cardio, good fighter. Just wish he had easier fights. They're giving him the best fighters in the world. He wants them, but it's a tough one. And we got this right, by the way. Umar Nurmagomedov by points. I knew he wouldn't finish it, and 100% on. There you go. Next fight, Mackenzie Dern, Verna Jandiroba. Shout out to Mackenzie Dern. She got all the ass in the world. It'll be the thumbnail for this video. I want to tell you guys that when I broke this down for the MVPs, I talked about it. I said, hey, Mackenzie Dern is going to win the striking exchanges because she's a better striker. And then when I look at it, she's not afraid of the takedown, so she's going to actually throw harder than other people do. She actually said this in their interview after the fight. We weren't worried about the takedown because we're already down where I want to be anyways. I feel safe down there. So I already knew this was going to happen because I, being a fighter, I know what it's like when you fight somebody else with a takedown threat versus they don't have it. If you feel superior to them, you don't worry about it, all this type of stuff. So when people fight Verna Jandiroba, they don't throw as hard as they can because they're afraid of the takedown. Mackenzie Dern has no such fear. That's not there. So Mackenzie Dern's going to come out, look crisp, outstrike you. The only things I didn't like about this fight were Mackenzie was accepting of the guard. I don't like that. Get up if you get taken down. Don't play that jiu-jitsu bullshit. So that's pretty terrible. But Verna just has no ability to strike and implement her will. Verna is, as the kids would say, Verna is mid, right? Verna's just there, bro. She's just okay. Nothing too exceptional. She's just mid. And they say mid isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying she's the median. She's the middle. She's just average to me. Mackenzie Dern, beautiful woman, fought hard, did all the right things. She's now the champ. Got it right. Sorry to the MVPs who faded me and rock with Verna. I know a lot of you guys were on crazy eyes. Just couldn't do it. And I knew that the championship rounds were going to matter as well. You saw Verna slow down just a little bit, just a tad. And once you slow down as a wrestler, there's no coming back from that. Now you got to rely on your striking. She's not an exceptional striker. And neither is Mackenzie Dern. She's just okay. She's just good enough. So we'll take it. Got it right. Congratulations. Shout out to the MVPs who believed in me. Main event, no contest. Tom Aspinall gets poked in the eye, quits, says he can't fight anymore. Shout out to him. What did I see in the fight before that? I saw a very evenly matched fight. These odds were really wrong. This was a pick'em, and if they were to actually run it back and fight, I'm taking Cyril Gane, and I can't imagine the odds would be this wide. Cyril Gane had great foot movement. He was moving, avoiding takedowns. He was striking, and you could see Tom Aspinall. Once I see one or two spinning back fist, spinning kicks, We got about 3 more to go before the fight's over. Like, you just start, I keep seeing spinning. It doesn't get any better. You don't get any faster. You're not getting your timing right. That's getting desperation there. And I think Tom Aspinall was in a spot where he could choose to fight or choose not to fight. And a lot of fighters choose to get it done, especially somebody who hasn't fought in a year. You got to show people that you love to do this. And this is when I talk about, are you motivated to be great? Are you motivated to fight? A lot of people want to fight. Like, people do things for money, and I say it all the time. If I gave you $100 to rake up the leaves in my yard, you would go out there and you would rake up the leaves in my yard for $100. Especially if you were a kid. You would do it. And if I told you, rake up the leaves in my yard every single day, I'll give you $100 every single day. You would do it, you would do it, you would do it, until one day you would look at all your money and go, I don't think I need to rake leaves today. I got enough money. I don't need to rake leaves today. It no longer motivates you to do it. You're no longer hungry or need to do it. Doesn't matter what it is. This job right here, guys, this job I do, I've never hidden anything from you guys. I do this job, I make at least $1,000 a day. Every single day I make $1,000 a day, at least. And I wake up every morning and I go to work and I do it. And I do it 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 because the money doesn't motivate me. The love of it motivates me. What I'm doing, the passion. I'm hungry. I'm not the champ. I'm still thirsty. If money motivated me, I would be taking days off all over the place. I'd just be taking weeks off. Who gives a fuck? Because I already got enough. You see what I'm saying? When I look at Tom Aspinall, I think he needs to find motivation to be great. He needs to find what it is because the motivation is not there to be the champ. The motivation is not there to take somebody's lunch money and beat Cyril Gane. He can make all the excuses he wants. He can say whatever he wants. There's a guy, Ludovic Klein, broke his ankle. Broke his fucking ankle. Still won the fight. Laid there with a broken ankle in the 3rd round. Couldn't even stand up to announce the winners. Did an interview from a stool. Because I'm not going to tap to a broken ankle. Fight's still going. People break bones all the time. People get eye poked all the time, groin strikes, whatever it is. You still got to find a way to win because they're motivated by something other than their appearance fee or their sponsorship fee. You get what I'm saying? So I think Tom Aspinall already reached the pinnacle. He has too much, and he's not as hungry as he should be. And I think that's a problem. You get complacent. He's been training in the gym for a year. He's in shape, all this stuff. Nah, you got to be hungry, man. He wasn't hungry. What I saw from that guy was immediately saying, I can't see. You know if you say you can't see, the fight's over. Fucking, I've seen dudes with the whole thing swollen, and they go, how many fingers I got up? And motherfuckers just be sitting there. I'm ready to go. I've seen it. I've seen the real hunger. I didn't see that from Tom Aspinall. Not impressed with what he did. And people go, oh, he's knuckle deep, all this shit, motherfucker. There's a guy with an eye patch right now. There's a dude with a crazy eye. We call him the Pirate. Magomedov, whatever the fuck his name, Shara. And he fights every fight with one eye. Can't see. Just close that fucking eye and let's go. We're professionals. Figure it out. Tom Aspinall's not built like that. Soft-ass kid, bro. I'm keeping it real. I'm just telling you like it is. That's my assessment of what I saw here. I saw one guy really hungry for it in Cyril Gane, and the other dude, he's already there. Not motivated anymore. He don't want to rake the leaves anymore. Nah. That's how I feel about the fight. It is what it is. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.